Member for Burnaby North.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise to speak in favour of this motion. Specifically, I want to talk about domestic violence. I once worked in a transition home for women and their children escaping domestic violence. That was in Ottawa in the late 70s and early 80s. We did not have core funding at that time. So while the protection we offered was anchored by a few hardworking staff, most of us were volunteers. We ran a 24-hour crisis line, and I took my turn on the night shift. I still remember a whispered conversation with the wife of a physician. She was agonizing about how could she possibly provide a good life for her children while keeping their location hidden from the family's sole breadwinner. She was worried about both physical and financial retaliation. We've come a long way since then. Today, programs like Be More Than a Bystander exist to train young men to develop healthy relationships and community members to intervene discreetly and safely when they think they see evidence of domestic violence. Employed survivors can take paid domestic violence leave to meet with their lawyers, attend court hearings, and take care of other things they need to do to start a new life. The interval house where I volunteered had 4 bedrooms to serve the entire city of Ottawa. Today, there are hundreds of spaces available in British Columbia, but it's still not enough. In 2018, our government created the Women's Transition Housing Fund. Pardon me, a $743 million investment over 10 years to build and operate in the area of 1,000 additional spaces for women and children leaving domestic violence. But Speaker, the safe spaces and supports provided by transition houses are only meant to be temporary, and too many women eventually take their chances and return to abusive relationships so they can put a roof over their children's heads. And that's why second stage and long-term housing is so critical. Speaker, I was part of the groundbreaking ceremony for Cindy Beattie Place in Burnaby earlier this month. Soon, women and their children fleeing violence will have 56 new affordable long-term homes and 37 new childcare spaces on site. Cindy Beattie Place is made possible through a partnership between the province, through BC Housing, the Beattie Foundation, the City of Burnaby, and YWCA. The province is providing approximately $40 million. The YWCA will operate the building, and the City of Burnaby is leasing the site at a nominal fee. Cindy Beattie Place will be a 4-story building with 41 2-bedroom and 15 3-bedroom homes, each with bathroom, kitchen, and dining area. 11 of the homes will be adaptable and accessible. The building will have heat pumps. It will include an amenities room and a communal kitchen, a courtyard, and a children's play area. A YWCA community development worker will be on site to connect residents with services such as bursaries, legal supports, local food banks, farmers markets, and a pathway to training and employment. Similar housing for women and their children fleeing domestic violence has been built or in the process of being built all over British Columbia. Speaker, what our government is doing to protect and support women experiencing domestic violence would have been inconceivable when I worked in a transition home. Indeed, it would have been inconceivable under the previous government. Our government views our Women's Transition Housing Fund as an investment in a safer future. Thank you.
Thank you, Member.